It's so nice to have here the 2022 PFL featherweight champion, Brendan Loughnane. Brendan, welcome back on Sherdog. How are you?
Thanks for having me, my man.
I noticed that you're back in the United States. How is it for you to travel across the world, and how did you find the United States this year?
Great, bro. I'm happy to be back. You know, anytime I land in the States now, I know it's work time. And I'm happy to be back here, ready to get another championship.
Oh, that's good to hear. You seem pretty thrilled ahead of the 2023 regular season. You're fighting on April 1st. Where are you spending the last days of your training camp?
I'm in Las Vegas, and I'll be here all the way to the fight now.
But is there a particular gym? Where are you
I'll be
training right now?
I'll be at the P.I. I'll be at Syndicate, moving around between them places.
Oh, you can train at the P.I. even though you're not an UFC fighter? I'm asking since I honestly don't know.
No, yeah. As long as you're accompanied by a UFC fighter, Brad Riddell's going to take me in there tonight. So that's the plan.
Oh, okay. Sounds good. Well, it's good to have access to such great facilities. Right now, you're scheduled to take on Marlon Moraes on April 1st. Does it motivate you to fight a former UFC fighter?
I mean, yeah. I mean, Chris Wade was former UFC, Marlon Moraes, Tyler Diamond. A lot of these guys that have fought in the PFL are former UFC, but Marlon's probably the biggest name out of all of them by far. So I'm happy to get a good name as well as a good tough fight. So yeah, it got me out of bed, this one. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I spoke with Clay Collard a few days ago, and he sounded like extra motivated, you know, when he was supposed to fight a former UFC fighter. That's why I'm asking you, does it give you an extra sort of motivation, considering that you took part on Dana White's Contender Series, and even though you won that fight, you weren't given a contract on that occasion?
Yes and no. That's in my past now. I don't really think about that no more, and I'm just happy to fight whoever the PFL give me. But I do want name value. I want guys that have got big names and big followings, so I can take them followings with me now.
Yeah, that's fair enough. And how was it, your training camp? I saw that you flew back to Thailand, right?
Yeah, I did it all in Thailand, yeah.
How was your training camp over there?
Amazing. I mean, great condition, physically, mentally. And I'm really ready to put on a great show next week for everybody.
Allow me to ask you this. The UK movement seems to be growing stronger and stronger every day. You won the PFL championship last year. Leon Edwards is the current UFC champion. So what is it that you don't like about training in the United Kingdom, since you're, you know, training all around the world, except there?
I just think in Thailand, you've got so many different bodies to choose from. So like Marlon, there was 4 or 5 guys that could imitate Marlon very well. Like, there's just so many people under one roof. And because I've been going there for 11 years now, I know the place. I know where to get my massages, my food. I've just got a really good program out there. So that's why I choose to go there.
Do you like Thai food?
Not really. I stick to the Western food out there.
It sounds good. It sounds good. And how would you comment on the growth of the UK MMA movement in general since you know, you started your career?
Look at us now. We're flying. You know, we only had one champion for 25 years. And now we have 2 current champions. You know, Leon looked fantastic the other night. I'm about to look fantastic, and it's a great time to be a UK MMA fighter.
Yeah, it is indeed. Have you ever received... So I spoke with Michael Bisping about this. Michael Bisping did what you actually are doing. So at a certain point in his career, he left the United Kingdom and went to train abroad. So he told me that someone actually kind of implied or accused him of betraying, you know, the UK movement by training outside. Have you ever heard anything like that in your career?
Well, I actually did 2 of my camps out of the 4 in the UK last year. So I still do camps in the UK. It's just that I do like, especially now being champion, I feel like I like to get away from distractions. I like to get away from people being able to call my phone and, yo, do you want to do this today? Do you want to do that? Like, no, I like to just be focused, away from everything, and ready to get my job done.
So for you, it's just a matter of not having distractions.
Yes, exactly.
How did you spend your off-season time after defeating Bubba Jenkins in the finals last year? Impressive, by the way.
We didn't really have an off season, did we? I mean, the fight ended on 25th of November. Had December off, and I was back in camp on the 5th of January for the next season. So this comes around really fast this season. So I didn't get time to really enjoy the belt, but you know, we're here again, and I'm happy to be active.
But did you did you at least enjoy your road trip in the United States?
Amazing. That was a really, like, I was so happy to do that. It ticked so many boxes on my bucket list, and you know, I bought an apartment in Dubai, something I've always wanted to do, and bought a few nice things, and now it's time to keep topping the bank up.
Yeah, that's fair enough again. So what was the best place you visited last year during that road trip?
Colorado Springs. I thought that was incredibly beautiful. So yeah, I'd say that's the best place I've seen.
May I ask you, what is it that you loved about it?
Oh wow, it was just very beautiful. It was all mountain region, but then mixed with snow and beautiful brisk air, and lots of scenery, and like, oh yeah, it was beautiful. I really like Colorado. There was so many beautiful places along the road, but Colorado stood out.
You briefly mentioned your bank account, you know, ahead of the 2023 PFL season. So is money that keeps you motivated this year, or would you like, you know, to implement and keep building your legacy in this sport?
Yeah, exactly. Both of them two things, legacy and money. That's what I'm fighting for this year.
And this is going to be your fourth year with the PFL Europe, becoming a sort of veteran here, right?
This will be my 11th PFL fight. It's insane.
Why do you say that? That's insane. I mean, didn't you see yourself, you know, competing in this promotion for so long, or perhaps competing just in one promotion for so long?
You know what? I'm glad, because I bounced around a lot earlier in my career to loads of different promotions, but I'm glad I set myself in one now. We built together, we've grown together. It's great to see all these UK fighters joining now. And PFL are a great company to fight for, and I've got nothing but respect for them.
I know that the first PFL Europe event is going to be in a few days, so you won't be there, of course, since you have your fight already scheduled. But are you planning to attend any of those events? Not, of course, not fighting on them, but still, I don't know, like just seeing them?
Yeah, I'll be watching. A few of my friends are fighting on it, so we'll have it on. But I'm just so glad that they're expanding into that market now, because we have so many great fighters in Europe, and it's great to see. It's really good to see PFL expanding and broadening the horizons.
Just a quick one. How is it for you to have that certainty? You know, speaking about your relationship with PFL and fighting in the PFL, how is it for you to have that certainty of having a certain amount of fights every year, and to be sure, you know, to have those assignments, you know, in the course of a year?
I mean, it's good and bad, because having them so many fights back to back, it's hard on the body, mind, spirit. It's hard, but this is what I signed up for. This is what I got into the sport for. So I'm happy that it's happening.
Brendan, best of luck with your upcoming fight. Hopefully, I'll hear again from you in the future, my friend.
Thank you, my brother. Take care.